Hey guys, welcome to another episode of BubbleteaS Gaming. Today we will be explaining army counter skill and anti-army counter skill. Very original naming. So a lot of people is confused what does it mean. So I'm gonna break it down for you guys. A few of them say it's quite bad, but after confirming with my source, is actually a very good skill under certain condition. After talking with my source, I actually thought about buying the army counter skill or anti-army counter skill. Maybe both though, cause what he said and what I deduced is actually correct. So today I'll be explaining to you what does army counter skill mean. So what does it mean? So for the first one, it's army counter skill. So solo attack, it gives you 18% health at max level. Defense, 18% in rally, stacks up to 54, and a total counter plus 3% in rallies and when sending reinforcement can stack up to 5%. So what does this mean? So yeah, might as well do the anti-counter one together so I can explain them both and it saves time. So anti-counter, army anti-counter skill. So same, health 18 solo and defense 18%. Decrease enemy counter effect on allied troop by 3% in rallies and when sending reinforcement. So let me see if we can find a report for you guys. Okay, so if you go to bonuses down here, anti-counter skill, so they said one, not this one, where is it? Cav attack bonus, there's one, the countering skill base, here you go, yeah, sure, I was wondering where is it. So your cavalier 101 more damage to infantry, 101 more damage to enemy spear, and 101 damage to enemy cavalry. So if you have the army counter skill, this I believe gets increased to 106, 106, 106. So what does this mean? So for this, might need Notepad 2020. So the literal translation in the battle report and the skill is actually quite off though. So to explain this, I'll be using my notepad. So let's do a counter skill and let's assume max effect of 5%. So let's say your infantry is fighting spear and you have this army bonus. So when your infantry, for example, is 1000% total plus troop, with this skill it becomes 1x 1.0 2.06%. Wait, 110, yeah, correct, 2.06%. So your infantry attack goes up to shit, I need my calculator, I'm a bit brain dead. Actually, it's just 0.5%. I don't know where they get the 101. So this is basically it though. So percent damage. So when my infantry attack spear, if my total attack with this, it becomes 2050 instead of 1000, because this is a countering skill. So there used to be a lot of rumors whereby they said counter deal x3 300%, but looking at the reports, I would say generally when you counter, you're dealing about x2. So either the game has changed it, or people misinterpret the skill. But looking at some battle reports, I do see the old battle reports, especially when before this was revised, the counter they said 200%. So I'm gonna take that as the gospel. And they say if the infantry, they said by 101%, so it most likely is plus 105%, which if you do the math is about is the same as this. So this skill, if you have the army counter skill, you're in fact getting 50% more total attack. So if your spear versus cav, same concept, and cav versus infantry, same percent. So if you have this skill at max level in a rally, you're gonna be adding about 50% more total attack to your army, which is conditionally really good though. So now I'm gonna go to the anti-counter skill. So you can say that if you have this skill, like, and your will, it basically gives you about 50 to 100% total attack in rallies. A lot of people undervalue the skill when they when it first came out, cause they were doing tests with very little troops, or against outs with, or like really bad testing though. The only true way you can test this skill is you do active PvP before and after, but once people get this skill, is generally on the dragon. So this counter skill, if with 1000 total attack, it will get 50% more when you counter, which is actually very good, man. So now we talk about the anti-counter skill. Let's assume 5%. So if spear versus infantry, let me read the anti-counter skill. Let me get a good feel about it. Because the source only told me about the counter skill, so that I had to decrease the enemy counter effect on allied troops by 3%. Decrease the enemy counter effect. So if this is the same as counter skill, is rough translation is total attack conditional. So anti-counter skill would be the opposite, total attack reduction conditional. So if my spear were getting hit by the enemy infantry, let's give the enemy infantry about 1000%, then multiply by 1.95 equals 1950%. So in actual fact, if like my troops get countered, my spears get countered by infantry, I'm effectively reducing their attack by 50%, which is really good. But like, when the person counter you, you're basically in deep waters that you're already like, perhaps maybe the casualty is lesser, or it kills less faster though. Both have their upside and both are valid. So looking at this, right, this makes sense to me though. But like, if this skill, you need someone with high stats to really see the effect though. For example, if someone has like 800%, 500%, you're not gonna get much total attack out of this, or total attack reduction out of this. But if you're a whale, this skill actually like boosts you up though. So is this skill for medium to free to play players? No. Low medium spender to medium spender? I'm gonna say no though. But is this skill for whales? Is definitely yes, man. Imagine if you have 1500 to 1750, in the future it becomes 2000, like as it scales, your effect skills as well. So people actually misread this skill, or like they saw the 3%, 5%, then they go, this is shit though. But after talking to my source, this is basically what I gathered to be correct. And from what I see though, if y'all have like decent stats, this is like a very nice boost. But if you don't have decent stats, you're not gonna get the most value out of this skill. And plus, it's an 80% health. It's like a total health badge. It's not too bad on its own, man. It's really good. Okay, so drawing the conclusion, I probably am gonna get the counter skill though, cause like after doing the math, this makes sense to me. I'm probably gonna get it. Let me pull down Notepad so you guys can actually watch me buy it. Yes. Okay, this is good. Okay, so I bought it and I'm gonna level it up to about 8. But dude, like if I could get 2% in this in a rally, it's actually pretty impressive though. But that said, most of my viewers are not really whales or they are just medium. The demographic I'm gonna assume is low to medium spender though. So unless you have decent stats, I rather you omit it, cause like it's not very good for you. Okay, about to come to the second part. So if you're a rally tank, which is more important? Rally tank, I'm gonna say the first one is more important, the counter skill, because like 3 lines, infantry, spear, cav, definitely 1 line will be countering though. But if you're a bannerman, sometimes it's a hit and a miss. Let's say if you go full infantry to full infantry, this skill is void and null. But if you're a rally tank, he goes full infantry to your infantry, cav, and spear. Your cavalry in your 15 mil setup will definitely counter, and you will always have a place when countering. So I'm gonna say for rally tank, and if you're playing 3 lines or even 2 lines, it's a 50-50. I say get this though. But if you're anti-counter skill, I would say for a banner, this is really more important for you than this though. Cause like, in the blind, if you guess formation wrongly, but your account, like let's say Savo CCPC or Songnam, but your account is so strong, even if you get countered, you take less damage, your health is so high and your stats are so high that you probably will see a significant difference though. But overall, I would say these 2 skills are relatively up to you. But for me, it'll be counter. I might get the anti-counter one after this video, cause it's a good thing. But the anti-counter is situational for rally tank. So situational in a sense that if your front line is not getting countered, you get jack shit though. But for this, your 1 out of 3 lines will always be countering. So for me, it's personally gonna be this. But for a banner, personally, I could see this being over priority higher than this because of the above explanation. So the army counter skill does not suck and is definitely worth getting. And I heard some rumors about pioneers, they're gonna give it away for free. If you get it, how high does it rank around my priority though? Not very sure. But I hope this video opens up to the idea on what this skill actually does, and I see some validity. It convinced me enough to spend the money. Thank you for watching, and if any questions, just shoot me up in the comment or Discord. Thank you.